All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give our praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakadash, the honor to the elders, apostle, and great millstone, and some truth and rule well. Peace, blessings, salutation. I come out there, scared about there for our kings of the earth, that's serving the truth and not truth and sincerity. To I say Shalom. That's a brother Bala coming to another video in the spirit. And this video is basically going to be about bearing your cross, okay? And that's something that we just have to do, being in this ministry. Okay, and it's not easy, but we understand that doing that, we're putting ourselves in a position to obtain something that's incorruptible, which is for one to be saved and be judges of the new world. Okay, so we have to like mind ourselves at the same as Yahweh Shai did, and he had to bear his cross even though he didn't want to, even though it was hard, but he did it. Because he loved us. So we have to do the same thing. We have to bear our cross because we got to show that same love that Yahweh Shai showed us to Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. So I'm gonna grab the scripture. This is Matthew 10:34. It says, "Think not that I come to send peace on earth. I come not to send peace, but a sword." And that is I'm talking about division. That's what that sword is talking about. It says, "For I come to set a man at variance against his father, and a daughter against her mother, and a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law." It says, "And a man's foe should be they of his own household." So that's something we have to prepare ourselves as well too. Okay. Our own people turn on Yahweh Shai. Okay. So if that happened to the Lord, that can happen to us as well. Our own families can turn against us, for doing this truth. Because you understand, we're still in captivity. We're still under the rulership of E. So he can, technology has gone to the fact where they can say we done something that we never done, just put our face on it. I seen something in the NBA there. They have this thing where they can like implant your body in the game. Like they can put your body in place of somebody else's in the game and look like you're the one doing the things in the game. So that just shows you that technology has gotten well advanced. So we can be framed for stuff that we didn't even do. But that's what they can paint a narrative against us, and that can make people have opinions of us. It says, "He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. And he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. And he that taketh not his cross and follow after me is not worthy of me. He that findeth his life shall lose it, and he that loseth his life for my sake shall find it. He that receiveth you receiveth me, and he that receiveth me receiveth him that sent me." So we have to be willing to bear our cross. We have to be willing to lose our life. We have to be willing to forsake our family for Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, because we understand with doing that, we're gonna receive 100-fold in the kingdom. Okay, we're gonna see our peoples again back in the kingdom. Okay, and even with us, choosing Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai on this side over them, the Lord can still have mercy on them and save us from us doing our works. But the main thing is we have to bear our cross and put Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai first. We have to put this truth first. And that's just how it is. We have to be about our Father's business. I'm going to come over here. This is Luke 9:23. It says, and he said to them all, "If any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross daily and follow me." We have to take up our cross daily. Every day we're going to probably be met up with some type of test, okay? But that's all it is, a test, okay? The scripture's talking about a just man falleth 7 times, but I'll really paraphrasing and get back up. So, we're going to get hit with a test daily. We're not going to always fail, but sometimes we might fail. But it's just nothing to do to help us, for us to be battle tested, okay? Because being battle tested makes the best warriors, make the best champions, because you have experience. Experience is the best thing to have in anything. Like in the job world, who do they hire? Do they hire somebody who's first time on a job, who's never done it before? Or do they hire someone who has experience? They hire people who have experience. So that's what the Yahweh Shem Shai is looking for. He's looking for the man who's built up, who's out here going through it for his sake. It says, for whoever will save his life shall lose it, but whosoever will lose his life for my sake, the same shall save it. For what is a man advantage if he gain the whole world and lose himself or be cast away? You got that apply to these actors, these sellouts. Okay, they didn't. You got people who sold out, who sold their soul, especially these entertainers. For the bag. But what? That's not going to save them. The scripture talking about richest profiting not in the day of wrath. So all this money they have is not going to do anything for them. It's not going to save them in the day of the Lord. But what? We have chosen to forsake that. We've chosen to forsake good jobs. We chose to forsake certain dreams and goals we had. Anything that we were probably thinking about doing or setting ourselves up to do in this world, we let it all go and came to serve Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And that's what you got to do if you want to be saved out of this place. Because to me, there's nothing more important than salvation. I'm not trying to partake in the judgment of this place. I don't think no IQ in this place, in this truth is. But what? We got to continue to fight. Okay, we got to continue to prove ourselves here. How about Shem Yahushai? The Lord want to be part of that number. It says, for whosoever shall be ashamed of me and of my words, and of my words, of him shall the Son of Man be ashamed, when he shall come in his own glory and in his Father's and of the holy angels. Yeah, like the scripture says, now everyone that say, Lord, Lord, shall enter into, I'm going to grab that. I don't want to butcher. I'm going to grab it after I read this. It says, But I tell you of a truth, there be some standing here which shall not taste of death till they see the kingdom of Yahweh. So there's some brothers in the truth that's not going to see death, but as long as they continue to endure, like the scripture say, those who endure to the end, the same shall be saved. So as long as you continue to endure and continue to do the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, we might not have to see death. We may be the ones who get beamed up in those chariots. But let me grab the scripture real quick. This is Matthew 7:21. It says, not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven. Plain and simple. Stay in Luke. I'm going to go to Luke 14. And I'm going to grab 26. Basically, all these preachers just laying backing off each other because Yahushua said it multiple times. That shows you how important it is and how serious he was about it. This is Luke 14:26. It says, if any man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife and children and brother and sisters, yea, and his own life also, he cannot be my disciple. And whosoever does not bear his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. For which of you intending to build a tower sitteth not down first and counteth the cost, whether ye have sufficient to finish it? Lest happily after he have laid the foundation and is not able to finish it, all that behold it began to mock him, saying, this man began to build and was not able to finish. Talking about people in the world. You coming out here, you got people that probably seen you on the highways and hedges. You got your family, that you done told about the truth. And then next thing you know, you done fell out. You back in the world smoking weed or doing whatever you was doing in the world. And they like it. They mock you. Ain't this him who was out here talking about the world's going to end? That is, and seeing the smoke weed and seeing the eat pork on others and third and looking at him back doing it. They begin to mock you. That's why the scriptures say, well, you got to count the cost. You gotta really count the cost, okay, before you decide to come into the fold. Okay? Because this is serious. This is serious work that we're doing. You know, this is not a game. You know, this is your life. This is really your life that you're gambling with. So if you're gonna take a gamble, make sure that you understand what you're gonna become a part of. And make sure that you're ready to do it. Okay? Because this is the Lord's work and the Lord don't play. Okay, the scripture talking about he'd rather be hot or cold. He don't want you lukewarm. Don't have one foot in and one foot out. You either all about the Lord or you're not. And don't think you faking a funk. Because what? The scripture's talking about how the eyes of the Lord upon his sinful kingdom. Okay, you got the angels in the chairs that's recording everything. They see everything. So there's no, you can't fake the funk. The Lord is in the time now. He's going to start. He's separating. You know, he's doing that division. He's separating the real man from the fake man. So you don't want to be one to get exposed to being the one who wasn't truly down with Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And come over here. This is Romans 8:18. It says, "For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us." The things that we're going to is not to be compared to the glory we're going to have. The scripture talking about how this is a light affliction. It is. So the things we're going through is nothing. It's not going to be compared to the glory we're going to have. We're fighting to be the judges of the new world. We're part to be the elect of the new world. Okay? Having everlasting life. Giving spiritual powers. Okay? We're seeking to be the first to ever receive that. And to have that. And to have the law, statute, commandments instilled inside of us. Having total control over everything. You know, it's like you can't even fathom the things that we're going to be able to do, the things we're going to see, the things we're going to know. You can't really fathom it. So the things we're going through on this side, like, okay, so what? Just deal with it. Because it's something greater on the side, and that's something we have to constantly remind ourselves of. It's something better. This is not it. It's something better that we're waiting for. So continue to keep fighting, continue to keep pushing forward, because we're going to get it. I'm going to come over here. This is Romans 12:1. It says, "I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yahweh, that ye present your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto Yahweh, which is your reasonable service." It says, "And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may be proved what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of Yahweh Khan." So we have to present our bodies as a living sacrifice. Okay? To Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And we do that by what? Bearing our cross. Okay? Going out there on the highways and byways. That's showing that that's showing your faith right there. That's offering your body as a living sacrifice, because something can happen while we're out there. But what? We trust in the Lord that He's going to protect us and that He has us out there. And I'm going to grab this in Acts 14:22. It says, "Confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of Yahweh Khan." So what? We have to. That's why brothers make those exhorting videos. To what? To help brothers continue in the faith, because this is not an easy walk. It's not. But what? The Lord knows what we need to get us through it. Just got to go through it. And it says, "Through much tribulation enter the kingdom of heaven." We have to go through it. Like our head here says in the camp, we got to go through the furnace to earn it. So we got to go through that fire. But we understand that fire is doing what? Is refining us. Okay? When you put metal in the fire, what? You put it in there, and after it gets so hot, you can mold it how you want to mold it. That's what the Lord is doing. He's refining us and he's molding us in the way that he wants us to be. So we just got to continue to go through this walk and continue to keep fighting. I'm going to grab this last scripture and then I'm going to close out. It's Galatians 5:24. It says, and they that are Amashiachs have crucified the flesh with the afflictions and lusts. If we live in the spirit, let us also walk in the spirit. Let us not be desirous of vainglory, provoking one another, envying one another. Don't envy one another. Okay, and don't be desirous of vainglory. That's what these other camps are doing. They want that vainglory. Okay, because they're being carnal. We're not being carnal. We're being in the spirit. So that's why it says, let us walk in the spirit and continue to crucify the flesh daily. Continue to put off the deeds of the flesh. It's an everyday fight. But what? We have Yahweh Hashem Yahushua on our side. So as long as we continue to believe in him and have faith in him and pray to him, he's going to sustain us. He's going to help us get through it. So that's pretty much it. Lord, when this video is edifying, I'm going to close out by giving our praise to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Kakadash. Shalom.